Guys, the Big Cheer Chess Club and the U.S. Chess Center have been holding events at Montgomery Mall. There have been many great games, including the IM one I showed you guys. So I brought my camera the other day and I wanted to record some of my own games and some other cool games. So let's take a look at one of my games against my friend who's almost at National Master. Let's see how I can do with a King's Gambit. For those of you who don't know the King's Gambit is extra risky. It's not too sound, but it's super fun tactically. So can I make it work against a 2100? So it starts out, check this out. Apparently this is called the St. George's defense. And Thomas is the king of trying new things. I really admired that about him. So I go ahead with the King's Gambit. So check this out. This is the whole point of the St. George's defense. St. George's defense. It's very, very hyper-modern type of flank opening. The bishops are very powerful on the sides, right? They control a lot of diagonals. So we keep going. According to the computer, I should have done this. Let's figure out why. I've never, ever played with this line in the King's Gambit. He would go here. I believe that's called the Fisher defense or something like that. So I've seen something similar before, but I don't have the theoretical knowledge. Theoretical knowledge for non-chess players just means knowing all the patterns in this opening to play this. Maybe I'll look into this. So he goes ahead with this, which actually, according to the computer, is inaccuracy, but it's not like I knew better, right? And then I take the center, which actually wasn't the best move either. The best move, according to the computer, was to, I guess, prevent him from coming down and threatening my knight. And guess what he does? He does exactly that. And I take too much time to figure out what to do here. One of the themes of the King's Gambit is to play energetically. What that means is move forwards, start planning attacks. Unless you're obviously hanging or blundering a piece, don't just move backwards. And because this was a 10-minute match, I was under time pressure, I was scared. Thomas is a really good player. I moved backwards. But the moment I analyzed this via the engine, before the engine even said it, I knew what the right move is. So let's check this out. For those of you who are watching this objectively, you know the best move is likely here. If he somehow tries to threaten me again, I can go here. I've centralized the knight and it's protected by a pawn. But after taking way too much time and not seeing this move, I undevelop my knight. If you look at the computer doesn't say that's completely bad, so I feel better about that because I can always get it back out, right? But it wasn't the best move because I'm wasting some tempo undeveloping. So we keep going. I also lose a pawn on top of that. Before, if I developed here, then I could have threatened him, gained the tempo on him. So I decide to try to kick his bishop because this bishop's annoying. So he exchanges, right? If you look at the evaluation, I'm not doing too bad. Obviously, he's a little ahead by a pawn, but look at my attack. Look at his development, right? He's only got some pawns developed. So on the grand scheme of things, I'm not doing too bad. And so he develops his knight. And then I castle. So honestly, I'm okay right now. Obviously, that was not the best thing to lose that pawn, but it does open up this. So here, he's ready to castle. I decide to get a knight outpost. All right, I need to move forward. See, now I'm thinking move forward. Apparently, the computer still really likes this. I guess because it forces this pawn to do something. So, castles. And computer says it's excellent, but again, computer still wants this move. Guys, you just have to take the computer with a grain of salt. In 10-minute games, you can't be thinking too much. Obviously, for me, I sometimes should have thought more and sometimes shouldn't have thought more, but that's part of the journey of chess, especially playing these 10-minute games. So, we keep going. He decides to challenge my pawn here. This also gives his queen a diagonal. So I decide to develop another piece. The computer would have rather I develop the knight, but it's all good. And then exchanges happen. The eccentric gets broken open. That actually, look at that. That lowered my evaluation a lot. Thomas, of course, under time pressure doesn't see it, right? This is the beauty of these fast games. So he kicks my knight a little bit. This is a part right here where I come back. This is my one brilliant play during this game. So watch this next part. He takes with the knight and suddenly, look at this. This was a miss. Before recapturing, I would have lost to bishop, right? I insert what's called an intermezzo, a Zwischenzug. I capture the bishop first because this is hanging anyways. And this forces his queen to either get out of the way or recapture. He probably wants to recapture. So Look at that. I suddenly come out with an equal exchange. I don't lose this exchange. So this was my brilliant moment. See, even the computer's like, oh, wow, you're back in the game. Look at me. I have more attack going on, right? I just need to get this developed. This was my one point. I got a little bit of confidence. So let's look here what he should have done. He should have threatened my queen first to kick my queen. I would have checked anyways, gotten the check. Instead of capturing with the bishop, capture with the pawn, and that way it's a double attack. Wow. Yeah, that's some tactics right there. Thomas actually did have enough time, so if he thought about it, he probably would have seen this. I think Thomas was being nice to me. He saw that I was already under time pressure, so he wasn't taking too much time either. But yeah, this is what would have happened if Thomas took a little bit more time. So that's pretty crazy. He would have gotten a double attack. Look at this. I think anyone that's a King's Gambit player or anyone that's played chess for a while knows that at this point, I don't think I can finish a checkmate, right? That's the issue. You have to attack early. Even though besides being down a pawn, I've sort of equalized it, it's just not enough. I'm probably going to lose this, especially against such a higher rated player. Let's watch how it falls apart for me. So he keeps advancing a pawn, developing, also giving his queen this diagonal. I developed my knight finally. According to the computer, that was not the best move either. I should have just taken. Should have gone here, but it's okay. So look at this. This was a check. So I have to go back. And actually, the computer didn't like that check, but it's all good. So now he advances this pawn. That was actually an inaccuracy. So I would have done this, and then he would have had to do this. And that's actually what I do, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. And yeah, that's exactly what I do. Look at that. So even here, I'm playing okay, right? I'm playing okay. It sure doesn't feel good to have the king stuck here. But yeah, I'm at least thinking of attacking. So now I develop my knight, which according to the computer isn't too good. But I was thinking, look, this pawn's hanging. So he decides to develop and protect, which actually wasn't the right move either. Let's see what kind of tactics the computer saw here, okay? What kind of tactics the computer saw? The computer said queen, attack, and defend, and I would have had to gone there. But this is a very valid move. I don't think this was a mistake at all. So, computer, you are being weird.
Weird.
So now I get the knight into it. The computer wants this move already. The computer wants you to prepare for this already. So anyways, we go. He goes here. Again, see, I still haven't figured out that I could commit to this attack on the king side. So I waste a little bit of a tempo. And then watch this. This was the point right here. My queen was here. I should have pawn break, right? But I got defensive, which, as we already talked about with the King's Gambit, you can't get too defensive. You have to keep moving forward. So this was the point. I needed the pawn break. Yes, it's scary. The queen's right here. The diagonal here's open, but this would have been the right move. So let's show you what happens. I would have gone here, and he would have had to move his queen back. I would have broken this anyways, and then he would have gone here. So look who's on the offensive now. Look who's on the defensive now. Look who's ahead now. I just didn't see this move because, again, I wasn't thinking attack even when I'm being attacked, and I was under a lot of time pressure, and I was pretty scared. This was my last opportunity to do anything, basically. This is my last opportunity, man, and I'll just tell you it falls apart here because I'm under a lot of time pressure, and I just start messing things up. You see this? I just sacked a rook for nothing. Right here, for some reason, I forgot about this rook here because, again, I'm under time pressure and I'm getting tunnel vision, right? I realize how I should have attacked, but it's too late, so I didn't see this, so I blunder a pawn because I was thinking if the rook weren't here, I'd get the queen in a more vulnerable spot and then I could get my, right? That's what I was thinking, but I forgot this was there. So then I blunder mate, basically. So it didn't end the way I wanted. I didn't even really try to attack well, so unfortunate. So some of you might ask, why would you even play King's Gambit in a 10-minute type game against someone 2100? It's because one time I played someone that was probably around 1700, 1800 with a King's Gambit in a 10-minute no increment game, and I won. If there's one type of opening where you can go berserk and you still have a chance, it is the King's Gambit. Time management is a big issue. So how can you force yourself to go play an aggressive opening? But unfortunately with this game, I didn't go aggressive enough, and I didn't time manage on top of that. So you live and learn. The mall where this chess event is held every Saturday, it's very noisy, and there's a lot of lights. There's a lot of lights everywhere. So for any of you who know anything about me, too much stimulus sometimes gets to me. But those are just excuses. Thomas played an amazing game. Think about the central tenets if you play the King's Gambit, right? Energetic forward play. Keep looking for tactics. Keep looking for attacks. Don't ever just defend. That's one of the keys in general to chess, but especially if you're playing an opening where you already are giving up a pawn. And what you can tell from analyzing this game is despite the fact that I lost, I had moments where I came back and I had moments where I even could have gained an advantage. So never get intimidated. That's the key. I did that pretty well when I played the IM, but with Thomas, because I know Thomas very well, and Thomas has pwned me pretty well. I'm a millennial guy, so I use a word like pwn. Thomas has pwned me sometimes. So it's like sometimes it's hard to get past the fear. No matter who you play, you just have to be like, I'm going for it. Because every game is a new game. Anyways, guys, shout out Robin from the Big Chair Chess Club. And we will have more stuff to come.
Start pumping up the numbers with matches now.
Definitely.
Just go to every Moco event.
Soon enough, in a few years, your chess channel is going to surpass your play commentary.
Let's hopefully. So, you would be the one to press that.
Yeah, because I'm the black piece.
That makes sense. Oh, he's doing one of those openings. What happened?
I'm trying now, though. Just move one and doing silly stuff.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see why he does that.
Conventional, like.
Yeah, there is like actually a point to it. It's not like a complete joke.
It's like,
I think I remember like someone beat Karpov with this.
Wow. Wow, this could be an anti-King's Gambit line.
Yeah.
Wow, because I can't get that there.
What is it?
I mean, generally, unless my pawn's on e5, you don't want to play your bishop there because I couldn't kick it with e5 and stuff.
Makes sense.
It's only like when I like have already gone to e5 and I can't go to e5 that like.
Sorry. That makes sense.
Logic is
I guess
I'm
I'll
playing now.
here, I think.
You have a set of limited, yeah. So it's like 10 minutes per pawn. Okay, that was a little bit confusing for me. I was like, why is the other guy's clock this call?
Unless I play some kind of gambit where I just give up that.
What is it? It's like I'm sacrificing with nothing in return. So it's like if I throw my queen out and I don't have anything to protect it, then but I would offer to trade. It's like he takes my queen. Not trade off, but not really. It's like, for example, I just throw my queen out there and they just take it, and I can't take it back. I can't get my material back. You know.
But you're thinking like big picture is why you do that?
So it's like there's advantages to me. It's like, you just gave up that thing, but if the person knows what they're doing, it could be a trap where it's like, oh, I want them to take it. Now it opens up this position. Yeah, you're willing to do it if you know exactly what they take. Like, if it's like this, then it's
So it's like you could lose this battle to go.
exactly.
Fudge.
Oh, sorry. This is that's and the enemy. So you say you can't. You mean you don't want to do it? You can't. Like you're not saying you cannot. You cannot. If it's like this. So the rule say you cannot do it because it's just so you have to block on your.
I kind of thought you would do that.
You're like, I played
No,
against
that's pretty much
King's
it.
Gambit people too much.
That's like an ace. Interesting.
I'll probably go to there.
Dude, let's go here.
You counter Gambit. What the heck?
Is it short?
No.
I just saw it.
Yeah, there's puzzles. Again, so you saw now, but bigger. Typically make this really right.
How do you even end up with that?
Ooh, you had a pin there, I think. Oh no,
no,
you didn't. It was hanging. Never mind. I was like, ooh, thought I saw
It would be
a pin.
really nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I gotta have something to back it up. Interesting. I could try to trade it with it, maybe. I think I'll take. And I'll take.
might have lost me the game.
I mean, I think there's one square you can move your queen to. It's not like completely dropped.
Yeah, exactly. I got here basically. Trying to see if I have any tactics.
Queen takes f7 is a brilliant sacrifice. Wait, even better, queen takes c6.
Yeah, that would be a great sacrifice.
My knight's just hanging.
I was thinking maybe I have a sacrifice with the knight, so I'll sacrifice my queen. But then the thing is, like, I don't like your piece is ahead, so I don't know if that's good.
I think I can take, and then like if that, and then I don't think you have anything.
Yeah, exactly, because that was a brilliant way to
And
guard.
then like
this.
f7 check looks scary, but then I can just go king g7 and like end with the pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like getting that to be like getting a match.
I do feel like I probably shouldn't have allowed this stuff. Like, I let your pawn get too far, and I probably shouldn't have done that, but
On this position, it would have been that's what
I think I'm still fine.
like if he forces his put it
I wish I had another piece there.
like this,
That
like
pawn's never enough.
this side. Right now, my bad. Yeah. That can't. I saw that camera.
I think I'll move my rook in.
I can't wait to see the video. Yeah.
Shoot. Oh, I'm running out of time.
In the past, that's how I used to lose a lot of matches because of time.
That does not work at all.
It doesn't.
Actually, kind of like makes your only threat not really a problem. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like, I thought you were going. I was worried about like you going like here, but now my rook is just covering.
Oh no. Ah, done on time. Done on time.
It is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, done on time.